Got Mondo up there. Man, I just walked past somebody who stayed. Man, you can't come out here like that. All right, they over here by my wrestling figures. You know, it's like the second time that's done happened to me up in here. Walk past somebody and they just like reeking. I don't understand it, people. All right, I just want to say, if you can afford to come in here and look at and even buy all this expensive stuff, some of it cheap, then you can afford to buy some deodorant and soap and wash your ass. And don't bring your ass out the house smelling like 2-day-old granny panties.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Live from my mama's basement. Here to bring you the possible reasons why you may still be a 40-year-old virgin. Oh man, this is going to be a funny one. I might piss some people off. Somebody might be mad at me, but I don't care. I don't care. I'm at the I don't care phase of my life. Plus, sometimes you just got to say what needs to be said. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of who's going to get mad or not. But, speaking of 40-year-old virgin, man, that movie still is funny till this day. I heard some people say, or I saw somebody say that movie really set collectors back. And I'm like, it didn't do nothing. It didn't set me back for nothing. I don't know what y'all talking about. It ain't do nothing for me. It ain't hurt my life. Not one bit. I don't know what you're talking about. Set collectors back. Set them back how? It ain't set me back. But no, man, I'm just playing. I'm just saying here, let me rephrase what I said. Here are the possible reasons why you may be single and can't get a woman. Now, someone in one of my videos said, hide that you are a collector, and don't tell women nothing because it might turn them off. And I'm like, I respectfully disagree on both. I ain't hide nothing from nobody. You know, ain't no woman about to dictate how I spend my money that I worked hard for, especially one I'm not married to or in a serious relationship with. Matter of fact, one that I'm not married to. relationship, man, look, you auditioning to be wifey. So if you in the auditioning phase and you doing stuff that's just like, I'm not rocking with, there is no conversation. It's like, bye. I go get somebody who fit what I'm trying to do. But, plus that's only a small percentage of women on that. And I know I talked to a bunch of women on this subject. I actually interviewed some people, or some women, interviewed wifey, and, there's only a small percentage that's on that type of BS where they ain't dealing with no dude because he a collector. He like quote unquote nerd stuff, if that's what you want to call it. But what about the remaining ladies? What would be the problem of getting with them? The problem is some men have gotten in their own heads that you can't get a woman if you collect action figures, right? You collect quote unquote nerd stuff, or you consider yourself a geek. And I'm here to bust that myth. If you are a collector, you can still pull a baddie or a semi-baddie or just an all-around good woman with no problems, right? If you can't pull a woman I assure you it has nothing to do with your collection. That's a myth, false, misinformation, disinformation, or whatever you want to call it. It's not true. The real issue is not the action figures. It could just be you. Real talk. I'm just saying. See, for the some that don't like it, you can let them be by themselves. Let them go on by themselves. We want to worry about the ones who are not on that and why we can't pull them. The majority of women don't care. It's really how you carry yourself and act that matters. If you act like an overgrown child, that's how they will interact with you. It's just that simple. So I say the problem is not the action figures or whatever it is you're into. The problem is you. Man, getting that heat on me, boy. Hey, but it is what it is. Hey, somebody got to get on here and say what needs to be said. So let's jump into it. I'll probably talk long enough about what it might be, but let's get a little bit more specific. Let's talk about, what some of those problems might be and what we can do to fix that, right? Number one, and we saw this at the beginning of the video. I've dealt with this firsthand personally a few times, a lot of times, more than I care to comment on. But for some reason, it happens. And number one is poor hygiene, bad breath, body odor, ashy skin. Matter of fact, I need to put some lotion on my hands right here. But that's from taking a shower, jumping out, rushing, and not putting lotion, on everything. But ashy, ashy Larry, you're ashy Larry. You got a dirty appearance. That stuff ain't gonna fly, man. That stuff ain't gonna fly. Ain't no woman gonna want no dude with bad breath, just stank, ass, chips falling everywhere. Don't be that one guy in the hobby shop that make everybody back up and take a few steps back because you just stank. Man, nothing drives a woman away quicker than somebody that's funky. Man. Number two, poor grooming. You don't keep up your appearance. Some things are out of your control, like height, balding. I mean, I started going bald early in my early 20s. So ain't nothing I can do about it. I'm 6'3". I didn't pick to be that height. I got friends shorter than me. We can't control, height, what type of hair we got. If we even got hair, we can't control our facial features. I got a big nose. I don't like my nose. Well, I didn't like my nose growing up, but now I don't care. I grew into it. It is what it is. Got no control over it. But grooming, cleanliness, fitness, style, all those things are in your control. Those are things you can do something about. So there's no excuse there. You should be on top of how you keep up with your appearance and how you leave the house. Big turnoff for women. Another one. I had a lot of them say this to me right here. You wouldn't believe how many women told me this. Even my wife, she said all the time. Lack of confidence, low self-esteem. You got the weak eye contact. You scared to look the girls in the eyes. You got a slouch posture. You're walking like this. You soft spoken, which ain't nothing wrong with being soft spoken, but it's like, it's kind of hard to explain it's like that person who's who's speaking as if they not sure of themselves. Maybe I put it like that. You got a defeated attitude. It's a show that come on that I'm pretty sure all y'all probably know because the show get like millions of views every time it drops a video. I'm waiting for y'all to get like that with my stuff. As soon as I drop the video, I'm expecting 1 million views. I know I'm dreaming. But anyway, off the subject. The show popped that balloon, right? On that show, it was a dude on one of the episodes. He came out and all the women popped on him just from him talking. And they all popped and they said they was popping because they felt like he had no confidence. He wasn't sure of himself and he was too soft spoken. Almost everything I said right here verbatim. So that's a real thing. Women want a dude who gonna speak and project themselves. You got to project confidence, masculinity. You can't be, some old, I don't know. All I know is confidence is key. Many women, I talked to about the subject said low confidence is a major turnoff. So I don't know what you got to do to fix that. I don't fix stuff like that. I just talk about, some of the problems. Well, I might have some solutions at the end, but I'm just saying you got to work on that. Number 4, no personality, no charisma, no charm, low energy, no sense of style. You're bland. You're like unseasoned food. No flavor, no riz. I was told I can't use that word, or I can't use words like that the young folks use these days because I'm an unk. And unks I'm supposed to be talking like that. Or if I use like an old school word, like I still say chicks. I still say I could dig it. And my son be like, those are unk words. So certain words I'm not supposed to use, and there's certain words I should be using. Some, according to my song, it's all this unk stuff, whatever. Whatever. The next one is you are socially awkward. You struggle with basic like communication. You can't hold like a normal conversation or connect with people. The next one track mind, boring. You only talk about comics, action figures, nerd stuff, and don't nobody want to talk about that all day. I mean, it's cool to talk about it sometimes. It's part of your life. It's cool to talk about it, whatever, but it can't be the only thing you talk about. You gotta broaden your horizon. Get some more interests. Music, movies, books, history, art, science, sports, politics, something. You gotta have more conversation than just talking about comic books or action figures all the time. I mean, I do that on this channel, but that's what this channel is about. But I'm talking about in real life. This is not the only thing I talk about when I'm in general public, at home, with family, around friends. Sometimes this stuff don't even come up. This is why I talk about this stuff the most, right here with y'all. But you got to have more conversation than just action figures. You got to be well-rounded. The good women, quality women, like men with some depth to them. I ain't talking about the hood rats and the chicken heads, and chicken heads is probably an unk word too. Let my son tell it. I don't know. But yeah, you want a quality woman, you're going to have to broaden your horizons. Next one, childish behavior. You act like a big, goofy man child. I see that a lot. I ain't going to lie. I see that a lot. Sometimes it's just, it's at inappropriate times. It's just overkill. I've seen that a lot. I'd be like embarrassed. I'd be like, oh, this dude, man. Really? Some people act like that in these social media groups too. They be doing stuff. Even the stuff they be typing. It's like, damn, this dude, what's going on? But yeah, man, you can't be acting like no big ass man child. Women want a man. They don't want another child they got to take care of. You know, some of them already raised children and some of them don't have children and they don't want no overgrown one. So yeah, you can't be one of these folks with like real childish behavior. That ain't gonna work. Next one. You're going after the wrong women. Now that one's on you. You chase women you have nothing in common with. You focus primarily on the looks, big chest, big ass. And I love a nice ass. I mean, it just is what it is. But I'm saying, you know, some of these chicks that's for the streets and you still be on them.
She belongs to the streets.
You can't be like the women who be talking about they can't find no good man, but the only women or the only men they go after are the Pookies and Ray Rays. They get the Pookies and Ray Rays and then get to complaining about they can't find no good man. You don't want the female equivalent of a Pookie and Ray Ray, but some of y'all be doing it because y'all see the ass and the titties and y'all be all awestruck and I don't know, whatever, something. It ain't gonna work. Moving on. Looking in the wrong places. You into nerd stuff, so you should be looking in those communities. Cons, man, speaking of cons, some of them chicks, man, oh my Lord. Some of the cosplays at these cons, I don't need to go look nowhere else. I just go to the cons and pull me a woman. Some of them chicks be banging in them cosplays. Man, listen. While you at the strip club trying to pull you over, you go right to the cons, get you one of them cosplayers. But to my point, you got cons, comic shops, online forums, etc. You into fitness. Try to find you a chick at the gym or a health store. You into art and books. Try a museum, libraries, book clubs. You might meet somebody there. And it's going to have to get you out your comic book, action figure, whatever comfort zone. You're going to actually have to go out into the world and socialize with everybody else outside of just dealing with action figures and comics. So yeah, you got to go. The point is to look in places where there are people with common interests like you. Stop expecting quality relationships from clubs, strip clubs, or wherever. Which, if you the nerd type that's in your mama's basement, you probably ain't even at the strip clubs or the clubs or wherever anyway. You probably just in the basement. And in that case, you got to get your ass about the basement and get outside, touch grass, breathe some air, and meet some people. What's next on my list? Here we go. Thirsty, desperate energy. You clingy, needy, always begging for attention. That type of energy is a huge turnoff. People can smell desperation. You don't want to be one of those types out here that's acting super desperate. Like Urkel was on Family Matters. That dude was thirsty for Laura's attention and she didn't want nothing to do with that dude. It wasn't until he stopped paying her attention that she wanted to be down with him. And that was when he had, what was the chick name? The other chick that was actually his girlfriend who was actually into him and was actually the type of girl he needed to be with. But this cat kept on looking for Laura to the point where, you know what? I ain't gonna get into that. That's a whole nother video. Anyway, bad personality. You're an asshole, you're rude, arrogant, you're negative. You gotta fix your attitude or you ain't gonna get nobody like that. Now sometimes women like, those nasty traits, but those type of women are probably toxic themselves. So you know, do what you want with that one. And I think this might be the last one. Let's see. This is my last one right here. Oh yeah, right here. This is my last one. Number 12, no life stability. You're basically a dusty dude. You broke, living at home, no job, no goals, no nothing, no drive, no ambition, no hustle. Which, how are you buying all this stuff? You gotta have something going for yourself. Or maybe not, I don't know. But in general, women don't like dusty dudes that got nothing going for themselves. Unless it's the type of women who like the Pookies and Ray Rays. But them are not quality women anyway, so. That's it, man. That's all I got. But all I know is, my conclusion, none of the women that I spoke with, you know, before I did this video, blamed action figures or hobbies for them not talking to a dude. Not a single one. So here's the thing. Here's what you can compare it to. It's like when you flirt with a woman and she thinks you're ugly, she's going to say that's harassment. But if she thinks you're sexy, anything goes. It's the same thing here. If you carry yourself in such a way, because it's all about how you carry yourself, how you present yourself, how you put yourself out there. If you carry yourself in such a way that you just like make yourself ultra attractive, it don't matter what you do or what you're into, as long as you ain't out here committing crimes, and even that don't even matter. Or hell, you could be a serial killer. We've seen that in history, and it'll be women that'll rock with you. So it's all about how you carry yourself and how you present yourself. And women out there will rock with you, regardless if you got this stuff or not. It's all on how you carry yourself. So my suggestion, and you ain't got to take this advice from me, because who am I? I'm just some old dude on the internet talking out the crack of his ass. I'm not a professional. This ain't professional advice. This is just entertainment. This is for entertainment purposes only. But my suggestion would be to work on your hygiene and grooming, develop confidence, improve your posture, your voice, project your mindset, cultivate interest in hobbies and knowledge outside of this stuff. Learn how to talk to people. Be a grown man. Act like a grown man, not a child. Go where your kind of people are. You know, don't be a desperate, dude. Be kind, not nice. It's a difference. Be kind, not nice. Stable, respectful. Get a job, make some money, you get your life together, stay on your purpose. Because even if you stay on your purpose, stay on your grind, stay on your hustle, you make the money and the women gonna come anyway. So you stay on your purpose, you stay purpose driven, and women will come that you will attract the type of woman you want anyway. So yes, you can have your action figures and your women too, or your woman, unless you're a polygamist, then it's women. So, hey, a few women might not like your nerdy hobbies. You let them be to themselves. Most women don't care. As long as you're mature, stable, and you carry yourself like a man, you should be good. Now, I got a lot of young folks that watch my channel. My channel say I got like people from like their 20s to like their 50s. So I'm pretty sure this will help somebody within that age range. And if it's somebody watching, y'all can co-sign or drop some stuff in the comments. Let me know what y'all thought or what y'all think on this subject. Apply yourself smoking?